Hey, thanks for stopping by again. If it's your first time around, my name is John. This is Vinyl Village Garage. We've been calling it the Firebird Restoration Station here more recently, but originally we started the idea of a two-car garage, fix about anything automotive, engine swaps, transmissions, complete overhauls, paint jobs, restorations, just anything you can imagine inside of a two-car garage. The idea if you don't need any special tools to do this stuff. I mean, I say special tools like, a vehicle lift or specialty things. We're trying to basically hand tools that you have available at home is kind of the idea behind this. So you don't have to break the bank buying things that you may only use one time. But this time around, I was cleaning the garage up and found a couple Pontiac rallies, 14-inch in particular. And I've been asked by a few folks, will those clear a right stuff four-wheel disc brake conversion? Well, I happen to have a couple different stampings of these rims, and I happen to have a car that has the four-wheel disc brake conversion already done. So we're going to do some test fitting on a couple different rims. Like I said, these are 14-inch. Those are the ones typically in question. 15 and up don't normally have troubles, but I wanted to kind of go over this because some of you guys, Firebird's 14x7 factory rim, you want to upgrade the brakes and you kind of find out you got to replace these. May not be so good. So let's get started, get the car lifted up, and start test fitting. Okay, what I have here is two 14-inch wheels. This is the 14x6, 14x7. Like I was saying earlier, Pontiac will stamp a two-letter code on the rim close to the valve stem. Of course, you got date codes too, but this one appears to be KM, like Carrie, Mary, whatever. But KM is the magic stamping on this one. And this one is the 14x7. It is KS, as you can see here. Like I said, now these rims are 14-inch. Just look here, you'll see the one on the right is shorter than the one on the left. So 14x6, 14x7. And this is the right stuff four-wheel disc brake kit. I got the whole thing. Came with the caliper, brackets, rotors, master cylinder, proportioning valve, everything except for the brake lines and brake fluid and time to put it in. So I'm going to test fit these rims. The question becomes, will it clear the caliper okay? And I've been proposed that a couple times, and well, we're about to find out. I also pulled the rear off because, well, it is also disc brake converted. It is a GM style caliper, but this car never came this way from the factory. But we're going to do some test fit on it just the same because, like I said, you got a set of four 14-inch wheels. Well, kind of nice to know if they fit or not. All right, well, first off, let's get started. We'll do the 14x6 KM rim first and see how that goes. It's going to run two lug nuts down to get the wheel centered. I won't call that good enough for test fitting. And as long as the wheel spins without hitting the caliper, it should be good. But of the two rims, I think this is, more or less likely or not going to clear. I'll give it a little bump here. Well, I'd say that actually just proved it works. Well, that one clears. So 14x6 right stuff, four-wheel disc brake kit clears on the front. Let's go to the back. All right, again, same thing. KM rim on the rear. Now, the only thing I'll do different on the back is I'll have to jack up the other side to get it to spin because this is a limited slip car. So if I try to turn it now, of course it's not going to move. Let's get on there first. Now on the rear, another note of doing disc brake conversion on these cars, I haven't done it yet on this car, and I probably should have, is the rear studs will need to be changed out to a longer stud. I don't get enough turns. Now the factory wheel may not be so bad, but an aftermarket rim, you barely get 3 turns out of them. Well, I don't think it clears. I'm gonna jack up the other side to make sure. locked up tight. Won't fit. Let's take a see why. I think the area in question is right there. I don't think the caliper clears the wheel. That's a big no. It's actually wedged up pretty tight there. Let's try the other rim, see if we get any better results. All right, got the rim off. Now, if you look at my pretty shiny painted calipers, interference mark here, a little smudge there, and a little smudge there. So, I suppose there may be ways to modify this caliper ever so slightly. But for my intents and purposes, I'm not going to, because I'm going to run some bigger wheels. Not those ones necessarily. I haven't decided yet, but this is just for those who wanted to know. Will they clear? Does not without modification. So that's where it's hitting. Right here on the caliper, and a little bit right there. So let's try the other rim, see if we get any different results. All right, next one up is the KS wheel. I'm hoping that it might work just the same. I kind of expect the same results, but about to find out, I suppose. Now, if you've never done one of these disc brake conversion kits before, really quite simple. I think they're pretty cost effective. Definitely helps as for the stopping of the car, especially if you plan to drive it a whole lot. But it's not an original setup four-wheel disc brake. But if you're going to drive the car and originality isn't one of the things you're concerned with, well, I'd say it's a fantastic upgrade for, I guess, safety and drivability. Yeah, same results. This clears great on the front. This one's a wider rim, but it clears everything. Let's go throw it on the back. Now, hopefully, this rim does better on the back this time around, but I'm kind of suspecting I'm going to run into the same thing because it's still a 14-inch rim, not changing much for but the width, so probably still going to hit, but let's find out. Yeah, same results. Doesn't move. Take a peek here at the back side. It's looking about the same. Now, caliper's still hitting the same place. The other thing, a different observation is, well, here, it's actually really close to hitting the caliper mounting bracket, so there's not much for clearance in here. So the 7-inch wider rim, yeah, still doesn't fit, but potentially hits the caliper mounting bracket. Pull this one off. Yeah, it doesn't look any different. Same spots hitting there. Now, something else I was talking about earlier, the studs, as you can see, the rotor mounts onto the axle just the same, but there's not much for a stud on here anymore. You got about 5/8 of an inch. I am going to upgrade this car with longer studs for better, I guess, keeping the wheels on the car. That's the last thing you want is a wheel falling off one of these things going down the road, safety reasons, and tear up your car. I was taught years ago, American racing equipment, the tire industry said 7 full turns is the acceptable standard. Now, I have no proof of that being the only answer, but that's what I've gone by. It's worked for me for 20 plus years. I've had no wheels come off. So at this point, those rims, I get about 3 turns. These rims, I get about 5 turns, but definitely not enough of a stud. Problem is the rotor face here that mounts to the axle flange is much thicker than the original drum. That's what's kind of shorting the studs up. So keep that as a note. If you're doing an upgrade, a little tip here for you, go ahead and buy some longer studs and install them. I already did the front while I had the rotors all off, but you can see these are a whole heck of a lot longer. And that's going to hold that rim on good at high speeds, cornering, or however you're driving this thing. So just a little extra note, if doing a disc brake upgrade front and rear, invest in some longer studs. About a 1/4 inch longer should get you. Hey, so there you have it. 14-inch Pontiac rallies do not fit a 4-wheel disc brake conversion car without modification. Now, modification, define it as you please. You know the rear calipers will not clear the rim. It's not by much. Could you remove material? Well, I guess that's your call. I don't think that I like the idea of that. The good news is I don't have to. I've got larger wheels I'm putting on this car. I was hoping maybe help you out, educate you, or maybe fill in that blank for you. So the answer is nope. They don't fit. They fit the front, great. So if you did a 2-wheel, just front disc brake conversion, left the drums on the back, smooth sailing on at least these 2 stampings. And I say it that way as a bit of a disclaimer because Pontiac makes a bunch of rallies. We're making them since the 60s, clear up to the 80s. So this rim is used on multiple vehicles. So to say which one does and doesn't fit, I can't guarantee it, but use my samples, the 2-letter stampings that I gave you. And I'm going to give you probably the JA stamping also will clear. I have those on my GTO 14-inch by 6 Those rims feel that clear the front calipers just fine. So hopefully this helps you out. Probably the biggest tip to remember if doing this upgrade, buy some longer studs. The factory ones just aren't long enough. You only get maybe 4 or 5 turns, and I just don't think that's enough. Personal opinion, just mine, but better safe than sorry in this situation. Last thing you want is your wheel falling off on your old classics here going down the highway. It's just not a good time. I wouldn't think that'd be a whole lot of fun. But anyway, you want to see this car come together the rest of the way, hit the old subscribe button. I've got this 69 Firebird I've been working on. Had it for, oh my gosh, since high school, over 20 years. So about time to put this thing back together. If you guys like to see that happen, hit the subscribe button. Share with your friends. Hit the like. Any questions like these, I'll see if I can help you out, make you a little video. But I thought I didn't have the answers, but now I do. I appreciate you following this journey. Got a couple of things I'm going to do today, but I'm not going to drag you along. So I'm going to get back to it, and we will see you next time.